Today's meditation is called Healing is a Cha-Cha. So find a comfortable position, let your body settle, let your hands rest wherever they naturally fall, and if it feels safe, allow your eyes to close. And take a slow breath in and a long breath out. And again, slow breath in. Long breath out. Again, breathing in, breathing out. There is nowhere to go, at least for the next few minutes. Nothing to fix, nothing to solve, nothing to heal, just this breath, just this moment, and just you. So notice the weight of your body being held by the chair, the floor, the bed, but all of them with the earth beneath you. And notice your feet. Notice your legs, your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your neck, your face. All here. And allow the muscles around your eyes to soften a bit. Allow your jaw to unclench. Maybe let your tongue rest. Take another breath. And let yourself arrive. You see, many of us come into healing carrying this invisible expectation. We think that if we're doing it right, things should steadily improve. We imagine recovery as a staircase. Step 1, step 2, step 3, always moving upwards. But healing, well, it's rarely a staircase. Healing is more like a dance. 1 step forward, a step sideways, a stumble, a pause, a turn. 2 steps back, and then somehow, without realizing it, you've moved farther than you thought. Because you see, healing is a cha-cha. Forward, back, forward, turn. And sometimes you're so focused on the step backwards that you forgot that you have crossed half of the room. So imagine standing in a beautiful old house, and this house is your life. And for years, there were leaks in the roof, cracks in the walls, broken windows, rooms nobody entered because they hurt just too much. And well, now you've decided to repair the house. And at first, that sounds wonderful, until the work begins. Because to repair a wall, sometimes you must tear it open. And to fix plumbing, you must expose the pipes. To replace rotten wood, you must first uncover the rot. You see, the house often looks worse before it looks better. Construction is messy. Healing is messy. Recovery is messy. And yet the mess is not proof of failure. The mess is proof that work is being done. You see, many people reach a moment in recovery when they say, I was doing so well. Why am I struggling again? Why am I angry again? Why am I anxious again? Why am I crying again? As though the return of pain means they have somehow lost all of their progress. But consider the ocean. The tide comes in, the tide goes out. The water does not apologize for retreating. This is simply part of the rhythm. Your nervous system has rhythms too. Your grief has rhythms. Your growth has rhythms. And your healing has rhythms. Sometimes you feel strong. And sometimes you feel fragile. Sometimes you feel awake, and sometimes you feel confused. This is not evidence that you are doing it wrong. This is evidence that you are human. So perhaps there are parts of you that are frustrated, parts that want to be finished already, parts that say, come on, we should be over this by now. And see if you can gently turn towards those parts, not with judgment, but with kindness, because those parts are tired. They have been carrying pain for a long time. And imagine sitting beside that tired version of yourself, not today's version, that version that first learned fear, that version that first learned shame, and that version that first learned abandonment, the version that learned they had to survive. And see them sitting there. Maybe they're young, maybe they're older, maybe you don't know exactly how old they are. Just sit beside them and say, you carried a lot. You did the best you could. You survived things you never should have had to survive. No wonder this takes time. And take a slow breath and notice what happens in your body. Maybe something softens. Maybe nothing changes. Neither is okay. Healing is not measured by how much you feel in this moment. Healing is measured by your willingness to stay present again and again and again. So think about how many years you spent learning survival. Years of patterns, years of coping, years of protecting yourself, years of believing certain stories, years of carrying wounds. You wouldn't expect a tree that grew crooked for decades to straighten overnight. You wouldn't expect a broken bone to heal in a single day. You wouldn't plant a seed and demand fruit by next Tuesday. Yet so often we expect exactly that from ourselves. We ask for instant healing from lifelong pain. And when it doesn't happen, we conclude something is wrong. We're wrong. Everything's wrong. Well, nothing is wrong. You are unfolding on your own timetable. Imagine walking up a mountain trail. Some days, the path rises sharply. You can see the view. You can feel your progress. And other days, well, the trail dips into a valley and the mountain disappears and you feel lost. You wonder if somehow you've gone backwards. And yet the valley is still a part of the mountain. The dip is still part of the climb. The difficult days belong to the journey just as much as the beautiful days. Every step counts, even the ones that feel discouraging. Well, especially those. Allow yourself to remember something. You do not have to heal perfectly. You do not have to recover perfectly. You do not have to meditate perfectly. You do not have to become some enlightened version of yourself who never struggles. Your job is actually much simpler. Just keep showing up. Keep taking the next step. Keep returning. And when you wander, well, return. And when you fall, return. When you forget, return. When you doubt yourself, return. Not because you failed, because returning is the practice. That's it. Returning is the practice. So bring a hand to your heart if that feels comfortable and feel the warmth of your own touch. And silently repeat, I am allowed to take my time. I am allowed to be a work in progress. I am allowed to have difficult days. I am allowed to have setbacks. I am allowed to rest. And I am allowed to begin again. And nothing has gone wrong. I am healing in my own way. I am healing in my own time. So take one more slow breath and notice the body sitting here. Notice the strength it took to survive. Notice the courage that it takes to heal. Notice the wisdom that keeps bringing you back, even when it feels messy, even when it feels slow, even when it feels impossible. You are still here. And sometimes that is the miracle. Not that you've arrived, not that you're finished, but that after everything you've been through, you keep showing up. You keep learning. You keep growing. You keep beginning again and again. So take a final breath in and a long breath out. And may you offer yourself the patience you would offer a dear friend. And may you trust the process even when you cannot see the destination. And may you remember that healing is not a straight line. It's a dance. And every step forward or back is still a part of the journey. And when you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes and slowly return to the room, carrying a little more compassion for the person doing the healing. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.